Hi, this is Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on the 1st of February 2025. How is everyone going? It's been an eventful January for me, and I did a pretty good amount of stitching. So what I'm going to do is my usual. I am going to quickly do a life update. Usually I keep an eye on the time, and I usually try not to go over 5 minutes. So if you're not interested, just fast forward 5 minutes. And then I'm going to talk about how much stitches I did, my whips, any plans, and I don't really have anything to show that I brought. I brought some fabric and I've already put that away, so yeah, that's it. So it's been hot. It's been January. I think we had a couple of cool days, but otherwise we're hovering between 43 to 46 degrees, which is over 110 Fahrenheit. I'm not exactly sure, Google it. I've been on holidays the last 2 weeks. I go back to work on Monday. I love my job. I actually work with a really good bunch of people. So I actually do enjoy going to work. It's just, you know, it's also been nice to stay at home for a bit. The big news is that Sophie has left. She has gone to Scotland for as long as she wants. She's going to try and stay there for at least 12 months. She may stay longer. That is something she's talked about, is that she might like to stay longer, and or if she absolutely hates it, she might come home sooner. The couple of videos that I got from her and messages, she's loving it. Freezing cold though. She's wearing like 3 pairs of socks to try and keep her feet warm. She's actively now going to go shopping for warmer socks. She's tried haggis, doesn't love it, didn't hate it, but didn't love it either. And my husband has gone over for a month. It's been 18 years since he's gone home. So he's gone home with Sophie to get her settled in, make sure she gets a bank account. We call it a tax file number. I think in the UK it's like a security number or something like that, so she can get a job. Yeah, so many plans. Yeah, it's been hard though. Big change in our family, but yeah, it is what it is. She's having a blast. Both her and Jeff are cold. They went from 46 degrees to 10 degrees, so big difference. The snow that had snow about 2 weeks ago, and it was like 5 inches of snow, so that's all gone. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So yeah, we went to Perth to drop Jeff and Sophie off the airport, and we went to the Australian Day fireworks at Foreshore, Langland Park, I think it was called. We went purely because none of the kids had really seen fireworks, and it was a good opportunity, and they were pretty amazing. Also learned that my kids don't do well with thousands and thousands of people around us. We got home from Perth on Tuesday, and we all basically kissed the ground and went, I'm never leaving the farm again. So there's that. Hopefully during this spiel I put in some photos. So yeah, we stayed near Kings Park, so we walked around Kings Park a bit. We did Whiteman's Park, trying to spend as much family time as we could. We didn't catch up with anyone, didn't want to catch up with anyone. This was just our time to spend time as a family of 6 before we became a family of 5 for 12-ish months. And yeah, that's really it. School goes back for, that's the other news. So school goes back on Wednesday. So Michaela and William will start school. Michaela's in year 8 and William in year 5. And Iona will not be going back to school. All my kids are dyslexic. Iona and William are quite severely dyslexic, and school was really not working out for Iona. School was amazing for Sophie. Michaela loves school. Iona not so much. So we pulled her out, and she's going to be doing TAFE by distance education. distance education by online. And she's going to do a certificate. So these are certificate courses. If you're not in Australia, TAFE is courses, which is certificate that can help you get jobs. Also, it can help you go to uni and take time off a course that's related to what you did at TAFE. Like you can do nursing through TAFE, but if you want to be an RN nurse, then you need to go to uni. Like there's different things. So she's going to do that and work a little bit more at the local IGA, so she's not stuck on the farm all the time. And that's it. Some big newses, but I own her so much happier. She's happier to be, because there is no option. She's either at school or she's at TAFE. She's got to have an education. But she's happier with committing to just one subject and learning one thing. And I think that will work better for her and how her brain works. And that's it. That's our update. Gone a little bit over, but we're there. So I did quite a bit of stitching in January. Not as much as I did last year, but I also probably had about 5 good days of no stitching. When I was in Perth, I didn't stitch, and spent a lot of time with, you know, Sophie and family before she left. So I did 6,429 stitches. I also did 461 beads. I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects. And actually I worked on 8 because I also, so that was, I did 8 because so that's out actually. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did 6,729-ish stitches because I forgot to put down my New Year start of Lo and Behold. Just quickly write that down. I can go back and add that. Right, so after Lo and Behold, my New Year start, I pulled out Day Nymph by Mirabilia. And I finished it, guys. 1,372 stitches later and 461 beads, and she is done. This is stitched on 32 count. I can't remember. There she is with the treasure. Cryonic. I'm just gonna have to stop you guys. All right, I am back. Just had to deal with, William has to tidy up his bedroom, and he was getting a little bit overwhelmed. So, beads, there was a lot more beads than I thought, considering this is a small Mirabilia. And so 461 beads-ish. With a treasure. Beautiful. I did enjoy stitching this. I did have trouble early last year with the black thread because these are Valdoni threads, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they kept splitting and breaking. But when I went back and started stitching again, I shortened my lengths a little bit and I stopped having issues. So yeah, really happy. I've got Night Nymph as well. Haven't started it, but I'll have it on the same piece of fabric and I will get them framed together. Speaking of the threads, I do not know if these are the same threads as Night Nymph. I have not. Every time I edit my videos, it always looks like I haven't brushed my hair because it just sticks out here. Anyway, so I'm not sure if these are the same threads in Night Nymph, but you can definitely look it up. Most of these are still quite full, bar the black black nut, which I used pretty much all of it, but the rest of it still has the other one that I probably use quite a bit is mulberry grapes. That was probably the other one that I used, but these are very, very variegated. There we go. Super, super happy. Mirabilia finish for the year. Slightly heading into plans for a bit. So I won't have a focus Mirabilia this year. I'm going to focus on Sleeping Beauty by Joan Elliott and get that done. And then once that gets done, then I'll go back and focus on the March Fairy as my focus for a finish. I have decided next year that I will have in my, because I have whips that I work, one whip for every 3 months. And at the minute I have 3 samplers, or 3 sample-ish, and 1 Mirabilia. I'm going to have a Mirabilia, a Joan Elliott, and then I'm going to have 2 samplers. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So that I can chip away at some other stuff. So after Danim, I worked on Inspirations, which is in this bag by Rosewood Manor. I absolutely love the border, and I don't like these. Not overly loving this, but I'm not very, I don't really change stuff at all, so it's probably not going to get changed. But it's, I think because it looks really old-fashioned. I think that's, when was this? 2007. So this is a very old chart. So nearly 20 years old. But yeah. Stitching this on 32 count Gold Digger Old Map by Colour Cascades. And I got 538 actual stitches with a whole bunch of extra back stitching, because this has a lot, and I don't count back stitch. So this is where it's up to. And this is what I worked on. And that is basically nearly a page finish. So I think, let's see, where are we? Yeah, so that's to the edge of the page, and I've just got a little bit down here. So the pages are not very big, but it is time consuming because with the back stitch. I am in here half a stitch out, but everywhere else I am fine. So I'm not going to worry, it's in the back stitching. But yeah. I probably say this every time. This is, until this is about halfway completed, this will never be brought out for a focus on the finish. I've got, once I'm finished the 3 things sampler, I'm going to bring out a forest grew as my next focus on a finish. But because of all the back stitching and everything in that, I think I need that to be over halfway done before I want that as a focus. Then I brought out, so that's one of my 3 monthly projects. I should point that out, so you'll see that for February and March. This one in this StitchNButton bag is my, I have 12 whips that I randomly pick, and I stitch on it for 1 month only to get some extra progress on it. And this month was The Dragon and the Fairy by Joan Elliott. And this is stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus in, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And I got 851 stitches done. What fabric? Oh, we've done fabric, sorry. Don't have a card in here. And I did it all in the tail. There we go. So I think you'll see in the before picture, I did all down here. I also backstitched as I'm going. There is a lot of backstitch in this and a lot of chronic backstitched. So loving the colors. Got to put in some greens and some blues, some goldish colors. I think it was this one. I decided I'm going to pick like 4 whips that I will bring out every year and do 1,000 stitches, and I think this is one of them that I was like, I would like to get an extra 1,000 stitches on that one. All right, so this is one of my focuses for a finish, and this is going to take me until next year to finish. And this StitchNButton bag is 3 things sampler. And I've just realized that my alarm is about to go off to let me know to turn off water, because I'm transferring water from one tank to another tank, because our water is rainwater and we collect it when it rains off the roofs of our sheds and houses. It gets collected in gutters and then it goes into tanks. And I'm just transferring some water and my alarm is about to go off. So we're going to have another short stop. But I'm doing 3 things sampler by the traditional sampler chart, Moira Blackboard. I love this chart and doesn't have a lot of colors. That's it there. Very beautiful colors. Now this is stitched on, I think, a 36 count, either 32 or 36, 2/2, and very big chart. And I did only 627 stitches, but I got the alphabet and a bit of that border across here done. And the reason I got this is I was stitching this as we were packing to go to Perth to take Sophie and Jeff to the airport. So I reckon if I did 1,000 stitches roughly every month, there's like 6 pages or something. No, how many pages? 1, 2, 3. There's 12 pages. Then by the end of next year, or close to it, I will be finished. Leave that over there. And that was my alarm. It's okay, I've already checked the tank, and I don't need to rush out and turn water off. Still got a bit to fill. I then started Anzac, but I also threw in a new start. If you've watched me for any given time, you know that I am trying to whip down. At the minute though, I seem to be whipping down all my samplers and I don't have a lot of them. So my goal is to have very, very few Mirabilia or Joan Elliott or Fancy Lady new starts until I've whipped down. I think my happy spot would be between 25 to 30, about 45 to 50 the majority of that is all fancy ladies, and I still love my fancy ladies, but I'm liking the variety. So I will be, you know, probably doing a lot more new starts in samplers to try and have that variety, because yeah, I finished quite a few. I'm going to be finishing Anzac this year, and I just, my God, my hair would like that variety. So in this Stitch and Button bag, this is, because my daughter has, God, my hair is driving me nuts, has left. I've decided to start This Will Do Nicely by Glendon Place. And it says, may ye blessings outnumber the thistles that grow, and may trouble avoid ye wherever ye go. This is actually, and I say this loosely, it's quite a small chart. There's 4 pages. It's like through here and here. There is not a lot of stitching. I started this on the 30th of January, and I'm doing this on 28 count Picture This Plus Frog Lagana, and I got 316 stitches, and I made a thistle. Probably should have opened up a window to get a bit more light in, but anyway. I did start in the middle of the design because of the shape of it. I'm using the Cord 4 Dinky threads, and there's 6 colors. There's, I can't even read my own writing, so I'm not going to say it. There's some purples and greens. I've also got the Crying Ink and the bee pack for it. So my plan, and it's a very loosely based plan, is that I'm going to do roughly 300 stitches, which is like a stitching session on a weekend, because you know we're still pretty busy with kids and that. So I might just pick one day a month and see how much I can get going before Sophie comes home, if she comes home soon, like in 12 months. But yeah, I reckon I could get quite a bit done and watch it never to be brought and see the light of day again. In between that, in this stitching bag, I did some stitches on Anzac. And Anzac will hopefully be finished about June this year. So I'm in the second last page, which is in here. So I've got like the peacock, the South Island penguin, bit of the platypus, and the tail of the shark. I'm doing this on a 32 count from like, I can't pronounce it, but it's, if you need it, I'll put it in the description. And the thread I'm using is 310. So that's it all together. I haven't put any initials or numbers on it. I'm waiting to see that I definitely finish it. And the block that I worked on is down in here. And that's the back that I'm, is that the back I'm showing? Just look like the back. And I did 850 stitches. I finished the South Island, the penguin, I did some of the peacock, and some of this. Absolutely love working on this. And finally, Outback Storm. Outback Storm did not get the 100 stitches that I try to do every day. Between going away and finishing Day Nymph and everything that was happening, I didn't do it. I did do though 1,875 stitches, so I'm still impressed. It's also been, oh, we need something behind that. Really confetti heavy doing in here. So yeah, lots of tree. Going to pick up again 100 stitches a day, and I say that loosely because I am aiming only for 2,000 stitches a month, and any more than that is a bonus. This is one of these pieces that I'll be working on until I finish in about 10 plus years time. So there we go. And that is all my whips. So next month you'll be seeing Inspirations, Anzac, 3 Things Sampler, Outback Storm, and for my monthly work on pick in this beautiful bag, the Dancing Butterfly got picked by Joan Elliott. And this one has, I don't even know which way is up, the smallest of smallest starts. I think it's actually this way. So I started this with Felicity and a couple of other people. So many years ago. Definitely needs, and I definitely needed to, oh, it's hot today. It's going to be like 45. So aircon's on and we close the curtains to try and keep the heat out. Regretting not opening it for the short while. That's pretty accurate, the colouring. So yeah, it would be good. This is a Joberlin, and I do find Joberlin really soft and slightly annoying to stitch on. But I love the colour in this. And that is it. Bit stoppy starty, lots of stuff happening. Apparently I've got needles in here. I don't normally have needles. Apparently I've got 2 packets of needles in here. A 28 and a 26. Just gonna leave them out. So that's it. Generally just want to say there's been a lot happening in the world. In California and in Western Australia, we've had a lot of fires. California has been devastating. And while I don't think we've had as many, well, we definitely have not had as many homes lost. We've been constantly, and Western Australia is quite big, but we've constantly, nearly every day, have had people needing to evacuate because of the various bushfires in WA. Towns had been evacuated. We've had, it's too late to leave. So it's been horrible. And what's happened in California has been horrible. So my thoughts go out to everyone, and the tragedies that have happened, just, it's not a great start to the year. So hopefully it gets better. But my heart goes out to everyone that's been going through a tough time. And I really hope it gets better for those people. And it cools off. WA has been in a heat wave. There's down the south of Western Australia, there's a town called Albany. And Albany, like in summer, is like 29, 30 degrees. It doesn't get really hot. It got to 40 something, and that would would have been crippling for that town that does not have a lot of aircon, doesn't need it. And the heat down south is a horrible heat. It's very different to the heat up north. So it would have been just revolting. And this was in the middle of having fires down there as well. So it's just, yeah, some people have got too much snow, it's been cold, it's been bloody hot everywhere in Western Australia. Hoping it cools down soon. So wrapping that up, my heart goes out to everyone, and I hope everyone is safe. Everyone, yeah, I've been thinking about everything, everyone and everything. There's so many happening that it's difficult to name everything. On that note, I just want to also say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I'm still getting new subscribers, which is amazing. I'm hoping over the next couple of weekends that I will do a Joan Elliott Stash Parade and Whip Parade, and then do a sampler one or others. I'm not sure. So while I have no husband walking in and out, trying to do stuff, just kids, but only 3 of them instead of the usual 4. On that note, thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for people who have watched me from the beginning. Thank you for including me in your world. Thank you for the likes, the comments, or just watching. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.